Hey, this is for anyone who is feeling anxious or just nervous or overthinking and just really stuck in your head. That's not a good place to be, and I'm going to try to help you get out of that headspace. Okay? So, what I'm going to need you to do is just take a deep breath in. Okay? Hold it. Now we're going to release it, okay? It always feels silly to try to remind yourself to breathe because breathing is such a natural thing, or it should be. But sometimes, if you're feeling very nervous, it's hard to remember that, and it's hard to breathe properly. So, even though it sounds silly, it does help. So let's do it a few more times, okay? I'm gonna breathe in and hold, and breathe. And it also really helps if you do in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, so let's try that again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You're doing really well, see? One more time. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. And I also like to put my hand over my chest and just feel my heart. And feel it slowing down. And just trying to consciously breathe and calm that heart. Because sometimes when the head is going crazy, the body reacts to that. Because it's very hard for our brains to distinguish things that are like a false scenario that we've created mentally. It's hard for it to decipher that from an actual event that is an anxiety inducing, if I can talk, that's happening. So, the more that you can think calming thoughts and just stop those negative thoughts, the sooner you will be able to physically also recover. So, I'm going to stay here with you and we're going to just calm down together, okay? Now, something that often helps me is getting my mind off of it. So, let's focus on some other things, okay? What do you see? I see a pillow here, a pillow here, a pillow here, and a pillow here. And I see something brown here, which is another pillow. And this is my favorite pillow. His neck is not very supportive. He actually smells super lovely because I just washed him today. And instead of using these lovely big fluffy pillows when I sleep, I mainly just use him every single night. So I love him very much. And not to cover his face, but it is very calming to me to just have this specific physical item that I can resort to when I feel nervous. And I can look at his colors, look into his sweet little eyes, feel his softness, and just really ground myself. And I can also remember all the times that I've fallen asleep using him as a pillow, and all the good dreams that I've had, and when I've woken up from bad dreams, he's always been there to lull me back to sleep. So I would like you to think of an object that you might have that might be similar to what this little sloth is to me. His little twinkling eyes. Do you have maybe a special blanket, or maybe a pet, or even like a book, or a friend, or an emotional support water bottle? anything that's a physical object that comforts you. Think about that. Think about your object. Think about what it looks like, what it feels like, and how it makes you feel. This little sloth makes me feel happy and calm and relaxed. And it also makes me feel this feeling that I can't quite describe. It's like the way that a child will look at a stuffed animal is very different to how I view this. And it is a stuffed animal, yes, but I don't see it as like how I would as a child, like something that I would want to play pretend with. I see it as more of like almost a friend in like a not creepy way. It's just a comforting object to me. And he's so soft and cuddly. Cute little guy. I love his little body. Like, look at his little chunk. He's got this little chunky belly, his big head. And normally his head sits on his shoulders a lot better, but he did go through the washer today, so he's a bit out of sorts at the moment. So this is my object. It comforts me. So we've looked at things and we've felt things. Now let's try to engage our sense of smell also. What do you smell? Really focus on that. What I smell right now is fresh air. Because right over here I have my window open. And I can feel the cool breeze blowing into my arm. It is incredibly relaxing. I can feel it coming and gently caressing this side of my body. And it's just a cool, gentle breeze. Like when you imagine a comforting spring breeze, that's what this feels like. It is truly wonderful. And it is nighttime, so just outside is just pitch black, just calmness and safety. I do feel very safe because while I can feel the outside, I'm still inside my home. None of the outside critters can get in. So that's another comforting thing. His head's gonna bother me. And Justice stuffing me. Like I'm violating him. Also, it's a bit dark in here because I'm giving him a massage. He has all this stuffing in his head and in his belly. I'm trying to mix the stuffing to get in his neck too, so his head isn't all flopped over. But I turned the big light off, and the only lights I have are these little fairy lights and this little lamp over there. Let's see if that helps them. A little bit. A little bit. Once I sleep with him, I toss and turn, be back to normal. So, we were on smell. I was talking about feel. But yes, I can definitely smell the fresh air from outside. And I can feel it too. And it's just so relaxing. And I can also smell my shampoo because I just washed my hair earlier, a few hours ago. And I put it up in a bun because I wasn't ready to dry it. And I always let my hair air dry. I don't really use heat. I never use heat on it. So having the window open, letting that air blow in and dry my hair is so relaxing. And as the wind blows through my hair, It blows up that scent of my shampoo. It's a very nice scent. And I also have this leave-in conditioner that is minty, so I can also smell a hint of that in there. So, what do you smell? Do you maybe smell perfume? Or if you're in your own bed, maybe you smell laundry detergent. Or if you haven't washed your sheets in a while, maybe it just smells warm. You know, like that. It smells like you, like that warm you scent. Or maybe you're outside and you're smelling those outside smells. Sometimes those are good and sometimes they're not the best. But for the most part, I'd say they're good. I would love if someone was doing that to me right now. Just full on massaging down. That would feel so lovely. So, focus on smells and things that you feel and the things that you see. Speaking of feel, let's think about the things that we are touching. What are you touching right now? What are some things around you that you can touch? Now I can touch my pants, cozy sweatpants, plain black. I can touch the slot, feels very soft. I can touch my hair. Parts of it still feel a little wet. Parts of it feel dry and curly. I can feel this book I have on my nightstand that I got out to read today, but never got around to reading it. That is perfectly fine. I can feel the plant that I have next to my bed, my Dracaena. Normally, she's scooted over a little bit farther to where she's closer to the window, but I did bring her over a little bit more so that you guys can see her too. She's a Dracaena, I might have already said. And if the big light was on, you would be able to see her a little better, but this is what we're working with now. I can feel her leaves. I think she needs to be watered a little bit more. She's looking a little bit thirsty to me. I can feel and I can see her vibrant green. I have a lot of plants and I love them so much, and I feel like they have an energy about them, a very positive energy. And whenever I water them, the ones that need to be watered, because I do have quite a few cactuses, cacti, and succulents, so those ones don't need to be watered as often as her or my golden pothos up there, or my snake plant, or all the ones that enjoy water more. My little bonsai tree, that one really likes water. But anyway, when I do water them and they wanted the water, it feels like the whole energy in my room shifts. I'm not kidding. Every single time, it feels like, you know, like when you've had a drink, when you're really thirsty and you just feel refreshed and happy and strengthened. It feels like every time that I water my plants, the room just changes and it feels revived and refreshed. It's a wonderful feeling. So I love watering my plants. I do. That's another thing that I feel. It's not as much of a physical feeling as it is a feeling in the room that you can absorb, if that makes sense. Okay, so we've done what we can see, what we can feel, what we can smell, and what we can touch. So what we're missing now is taste. And if you are or were feeling nervous, often, for me at least, I'm not the hungriest at those points. Because when you're in fight or flight, the brain doesn't really want to slow down and have a meal. So, depending on how long you've been feeling this, you might have not eaten for a while. So, if you haven't, I suggest you go get a snack if that's something that you feel okay doing. Or if you're someone who eats a lot when you get anxious, I used to do that a lot too when I was younger, then maybe try to work on that too. I'm not saying you should go eat right now or you should stop eating. Whatever makes you comfortable, that is our priority right now. So if you're eating and that makes you comfortable, go ahead. And if you're not eating and you're hungry, but you feel comfortable not eating right now, that's okay too. Because right now, you're just focused on being comfortable. But once we do calm down, we do need to take stock of our body. And if we're hungry, we need to eat. And if we're not hungry, we don't need to. Unless we want a snack. So anyway, what we can taste. I'm going to taste some ice water. It's very good. I feel like a refreshed plant. Do you hear the ice? Do you hear the ice? That's right in his ears. If he was alive, he'd be like, that's right there. Yes. Okay. And it's also hard to think of the taste sense when you're not actively tasting. So right now I taste kind of nothing because ice water doesn't really have a taste. But maybe you're chewing gum. Oh, I do have chapstick on. I have cherry chapstick on, so I can taste that. I can taste my spit. What can you taste? Also, what are your favorite tastes? That's something that I like to think about too. What are your favorite tastes? Whether it be a food taste, a drink taste, your favorite type of gum. I would say my favorite taste is probably coffee. I love coffee. It's got all this cotton inside of it. Feel his little hands. I don't know why I keep saying he, but ever since I've got him, it just feels like a boy to me. I don't know. So now that we focused on our breathing and we felt our heart a little bit, hopefully now your heart has slowed down some. That was our goal, to just calm down. So we've done focus on our breathing and our heart and our five senses. And that is something that I really do struggle with trying to focus on things when I'm actively very nervous. But we've gotten through it now, and we'll get through it again. And anytime you need a reminder, just go back, maybe watch this, or I highly recommend Karuna Satori ASMR. Personally, when I'm having a panic attack or a really bad bout of anxiety or just in my head a lot, I immediately go to her videos first. Her videos on anxiety and panic attack support. She has those videos. So I highly recommend watching her if you also are like me and go to ASMR. I hope you were able to calm down some, and if not, I'm still here. You can rewatch this as many times as you need, and I will be here. And there are so many other creators out there who do wonderful, wonderful videos to calm you down. So I would definitely look into that if you haven't already. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you may be watching this. And if it is nighttime that you're watching this, I hope you're able to calm down and fall asleep. And I hope that you have the sweetest dreams. From the bottom of my heart, I really do. I hope you dream of rainbows and sunshine and flowers and unicorns or whatever makes you happy, whatever brings a smile to your face. Grandma's fresh baked cookies. Dream of her, anything. I just hope you have the sweetest dreams tonight, and I hope you have a good rest of your day too. And now I'm just rambling. Definitely get yourself a comfort item if you don't already. And please remember to breathe because that is so important. And I know it's hard, but you got this. And you got through this whole video if you're watching this point right now. And I am so proud of you. I truly am. You've done so well. You've listened and you breathed to the best of your ability. And you're actively helping yourself and listening to me try to help you. And that is wonderful. And I am so proud of you. Okay. Good night, and I hope you have a wonderful